This episode is brought to you by FX's The Bear. The hit series returns with Jeremy Allen White in the Golden Globe-winning role of Carmy. He and the team will transform their family sandwich shop into a next-level spot, all while being forced to come together in new ways as they confront their past and reckon with who they want to be in the future. FX's The Bear. All episodes now streaming, only on Hulu.
This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 2197. How to Get Fat When You Fly, Part 1, by Ben Greenfield of bengreenfieldlife.com. And I'm Dr. Neil. Hey there, happy Saturday, and welcome back to Optimal Health Daily, where I simply read to you from the best health and fitness blogs for free. It's like an audiobook, but with articles instead, and articles from a bunch of different authors, and always with permission from the sites, of course. Now on Fridays, that's when I answer your questions. You can send one in by going to oldpodcast.com/ask or email your question directly to health@oldpodcast.com. Oh, and if you send in a question, you can get a copy of our Optimal Living Daily Workbook for free. Now, today's episode is a little longer than normal, so I'll read the first half today and then finish up the rest for you tomorrow. So with that, let's hear part 1 as we optimize your life. How to Get Fat When You Fly, Part 1, by Ben Greenfield of bengreenfieldlife.com. It's very easy to get fat when you fly. Traveling, especially via airplane, may be one of the best possible methods for you to pack a few extra pounds on your waistline. Think about it. Not only are you sedentary for long periods of time in the car, shuttle van, airport terminal, airplane, and taxi, but you're also dehydrated. Water is completely necessary for the fat-burning process. Living off packaged food products, the body takes any unmetabolized preservatives in those packages and stores them as fat cells, and slightly stressed. Cortisol, the body's stress release hormone, triggers fat storage. Wow, what a great 1-2-3 combo for individuals with lofty fat gain goals. As a case study on the success of a person trying to get fat while flying, let's follow Laura, a real client of mine, from her home to her final destination. Laura's name has been changed to protect her identity, but these travel tidbits were gleaned from Laura's online nutrition log and our email discussion afterwards. Laura's flight leaves at 10 a.m. She is very careful from the time she wakes to the time she drives to the airport to avoid any purposeful physical activity, as this will enhance her body's natural metabolic rate for up to 24 hours and cause her to burn more calories every hour she sits on the airplane. Although she could go for a brief 20-minute walk or jog, perform 5 sets of 20 jumping jacks while she listens to the morning news, or do a brief 15-minute body weight exercise circuit, she instead checks her email, checks in online for her flight, and makes 2 phone calls. These are activities she could have done at the airport, but she was able to avoid exercise by performing them at home. Laura did not eat breakfast. This was an especially good idea because she shut down the body's natural calorie burning process and sent a message to her brain that caloric restriction was present and fat storage may be a necessary mode of action. This way, everything she eats the rest of the day is more likely to be stored as fat, and she will have a good appetite once beginning travel. Before leaving for the airport, Laura double-checks her bag to make sure she hasn't packed any food from home. Although she could have put some sugar snap peas in a Ziploc bag, wrapped an apple in a paper towel to keep in her purse, grabbed another small baggie of almonds for long-term energy, and included some mint gum to keep her from mindless snacking on the plane, she instead departs with calorie-free luggage. At the airport while waiting for her flight to leave, Laura is very careful to continue avoiding engagement in physical activity. She does make sure to purchase a latte, which will give her 200 calories of nutritionally devoid fuel and help to further dehydrate her body, and she does sit and read the paper. Although she could have had a cup of green tea with a tea bag from home and a free cup of hot water from the coffee shop with far less caffeine than coffee, and although she could have read the paper on the plane where she would be forced to sit, and although she could have performed some light stretching or calisthenics in the empty gate at C9, she is trying to successfully gain fat and cannot make these choices without risking a metabolism boost. Finally, Laura is on the plane for the first 3-hour flight to Denver, where she has a 1-hour layover, followed by an 1.5-hour flight to Phoenix. While on the plane, Laura asks for cranberry juice. This was a mistake in her fat gain plan. She thought cranberry juice was healthy and was making an attempt not to gain fat too quickly with this choice. However, as it turns out, the cranberry juice was a perfect decision because it will rapidly boost her blood sugar, causing an immediate insulin release and sending her body directly into fat storage mode. Success. To be continued. You just listened to part 1 of the post titled, How to Get Fat When You Fly by Ben Greenfield of bengreenfieldlife.com. Business owners know that hiring the right people can be a real challenge. Make it easier with Indeed. Indeed is the hiring platform helping over 3 million businesses do it all. Attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Don't spend hours on multiple job sites looking for candidates. With Indeed's Instant Match feature, over 80% of Indeed employers find quality candidates the moment they sponsor a job. I especially love that if you invite these or any candidates of your choosing to apply, they are 3 times more likely to apply to your job than candidates who only see it in search. Start hiring now with a $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/health. Offer good for a limited time. Claim your $75 credit now at Indeed.com/health. Just go to Indeed.com/health and support the show by saying you heard about it on this podcast. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
This episode is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas. Say probiotics, and you think of gut health, right? But did you know our vaginas could benefit from probiotics too? Jarrow Formulas Femdophilus has 2 strains native to a woman's body, 1 billion CFUs, and is clinically studied to help balance yeast. So if your vagina is feeling a bit out of whack, try Femdophilus. Shop Jarrow Formulas, JARROW Women's Probiotic at Amazon. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Dr. Neal here for my commentary. In my experience, it seems like when we end up with a result that we really didn't want, there were often a series of maybe not so great decisions that preceded it. It's usually not just one decision that led to this unintended consequence. Usually it's a series of not so great decisions. And I think that's what Ben is trying to say here. There were many times in this case example that he provided us that Laura could have altered her course. She didn't have to do everything right, but if she had just done maybe 1 or even 2 things, it would have changed the way her body responded. But the fact that there was no course correction along the way, well, now it's a recipe for potential fat gain. Remember, it doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing when it comes to your habits too. Even if you're taking small little steps and along the way you course correct, then you're on the right track. You're doing the right thing. But if we don't course correct along the way, we may end up at a destination that we really didn't want to be at in the first place. All right, that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for being here and listening every day. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where I'll finish up this post and where your optimal life awaits.